Hey there, I'm Bloom Post, shamanic healer and ceremonialist, and I want to talk a little bit about arguing for your limitations, defending your limitations. Arguing and defending is resistance. So the irony is that people will argue and defend their limitations. They'll defend and argue exactly what they don't want to have happen in their lives. I will sit with people in private sessions who will tell me all these things they want to shift, and then when we start to do the work to shift it, they'll explain to me and argue and defend why these things are there and why they have to be that way and how it just can't change, and this is the way it's always been, and this is how it's got to happen because this happened to me in a past life, or this is what my parents did. And I hear all that, and nothing will shift if you defend and argue for your limitations. And a lot of people, most people, do it unconsciously. I see it a lot on Facebook. People will talk about things they want to have shift in their lives, and then they'll project all the reasons why it can't, and they will argue for their limitations. So I would offer up a couple things. Don't argue and don't defend. That's resistance, and anything you resist persists. And secondly, allow yourself, make an intention to become aware of your language and what you're defending, what you're saying is the way it is, must be this way, it's always been this way. Like, listen to what you're saying and check in if that really feels good. Because it doesn't feel good to me to say it has to be this way, it's just always been that way. It feels good to me to say, this is how I choose for it to be. Even if I don't see that physical shift in that moment, I get to create a different vibration and bring in that shift. If I walk around explaining why things are yucky, 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 things are so yucky, 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 and they have to be yucky because they've always been yucky, then I'll just get more yucky. So I would much rather walk around explaining why things get to feel good, why things get to be amazing in my life, regardless of what's happening in the third dimension. I'm going to stay focused on how things can be. And in my life, things are amazing because I have consistently focused on shifting my vibration and being conscious of what I'm thinking, what I'm telling myself, the vibration I'm creating with my thoughts. This is not new age. This is not woo. You've seen this happen in your life regularly, I'm sure. If somebody walks around believing that life is scary, they usually end up with pretty scary situations. If somebody walks around complaining all the time, they usually have lots of things to complain about. And then you see somebody else who's focused on the positive, and they're upbeat, and they're enthusiastic. And you'll also see that what comes into their life is usually more things to be upbeat and positive and enthusiastic about. We literally vibrate and receive according to what we're vibrating, and what we vibrate is based on what we're thinking. You want to be conscious of your thoughts, because people will literally come and tell me, I want to change A, B, and C in my life, and then they'll explain to me why A, B, and C has to be in their life. That doesn't even make any sense, does it? So be aware of what you're thinking, be aware of what you're telling yourself unconsciously, and allow yourself to start focusing on what is working, what feels good, and redirect yourself to that over and over and over, because as you do, you will bring into your life more reasons to feel good. And that's an amazing feeling. So I want to put that on your radar so that you can be aware of if you are arguing for or defending the things that you would really like to shift. Because once you have that awareness, then you can actually create the shifts that you choose in a conscious way and manifest in the way that you would like. So have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon.